First, I do want to start by introducing my co-presenters. It's very special to have both of them. This is Kara Dalton on the right and Brittany Schultz, and they're going to be guiding us in something. The way I see this is might be a really good time because we have Alan playing the didge, opportunity to lie in repose, which is one of my favorite things to do. So no matter what, I told them I could just fumble up here for a few minutes and it's all good. But I hope I do more than that. So 2015, coming into this year, a lot of people I know have had a feeling about this year. You know, every year is special in some ways. This year feels like there's something unique. I think this is a year where we're going to see a lot of people experience a spiritual awakening. And what I've heard from other folks is that they've had the same feeling I have about this. So when we were discussing what to do for this new year starting January and what topics, I said, well, you know, I'm just going to pick this one. I suggest this one topic, which is the future of spirituality. That's all. It's just the future of spirituality. That's what we're trying to do in 10 minutes, in the next 10 minutes or so. And I can tell you what the future of spirituality doesn't look like. I just came back a year ago from Italy, and the churches of Rome are empty, except for some people with gray hair. You'd think, well, wait a second, this is like, you know, the homeland of Catholicism, and there's no Catholics in the churches. Where are they? Where did they go? Same thing in India. We saw that the Hindus aren't that Hindu anymore. You know, there's a secularization that's happening. They use the temples as like a lucky charm. You know, you go and you tap whatever statues of the deities there are to see if you can gain some prosperity or, you know, live a little longer or healthier. But basically, we're seeing this pattern all over the world, certainly in our country, which is that more and more people are feeling that they're religiously unaffiliated. Like the religious institutions aren't speaking to them anymore. They're not, you know. So I mean, if you talk to Global Chant meets at St. Mark's Presbyterian. St. Mark's was a big church in the 60s. It was something like 3,000 people. Today their congregation is somewhere around 500. Now that's a drastic decline that you have to admit. So what is going on here? And one of the reasons that I invited Brittany and Kara to speak is that spirituality only has a future if it's multi-generational. If people of different ages are engaged, if it's only those of us, you know, with gray or salt and pepper or white hair who are showing up, then what is the future? There is no future in that. And I think that they have a vision, and I think they're the younger elders, I call them, you know. I think that, you know, the baton is going to be passed on to them sooner or later, so why not today, you know. And so I want to tell you what I think the future of spirituality is. I think more and more it's going away from the distinctions that we make that separate us. So ultimately, at the core of spirituality, in my mind, is an experience. And there's the tools that get you into that experience. There are the values that come out of that experience. And then there's the community of people who share in that experience. So I want to talk a few minutes about the experience. So in December, I had something happen to me that has changed me. And I've alluded to it a little bit, but this is the most I've ever talked about it. For years, we've heard this idea, you know, about the unity, you know, one heart, one love, one consciousness. And we all go, yeah, you know, if I go on Facebook, which I do, and say something about one consciousness, all my Facebook friends are, yeah, right, I know exactly what you mean, dude, yeah. And it's like, I didn't know fully what that meant. And then I was watching this video, which I know I've mentioned to you the last time I was at Sacred Space. And that video was an Alan Watts video, and it's 3.5 minutes long, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was like, there was a moment where I had a moment of recollection. That's the only thing I can tell you. Recollecting a point that's beyond time and beyond space, but that was a moment of being at the core of who I am. And so I'm here today to tell you the core of who you are and the core of who I am. And you may know this already. I didn't. There's only one experiencer. There's only one experiencer. There's only one consciousness, one experiencer. So that experiencer goes by many names and embodies, takes many forms. But there's only always been one experiencer. There's only always been one consciousness. Now that consciousness is nested infinitely in the universe. So if we had a video screen, I would be showing you fractals, and I'd be showing you the Mandelbrot set right now. And if you've ever seen the Mandelbrot set or other fractals, you know that as you zoom into the fractal, what do you see? The same pattern repeating at every level. So it's like the nested babushka dolls, you know? The experiencer is here at the level of the universe. You pull out the babushka doll, and the experiencer is at the level of the galaxies. And you pull out the babushka doll, and the experiencer is at the level of the solar systems of the universe. And you pull that out, and it's on the planet. And you pull it out, and it's in the life forms. And you pull it out, and it's in the non-life forms too. And you pull it out, it's in the body of these life forms. And you pull it out, and it's in the organ systems, and the organs, and the cells, and the molecules, and the atoms, and the subatomic particles. And so the experiencer, the thing that's, I think, that makes it difficult to grasp that there's only one experiencer is that the experiencer is co-experiencing at many levels simultaneously. So, what I really want to say to you is, this is the slow way to do this. I can't go very far, so I'll stay on this side of the room. You are the one experiencer of the universe. You are the one experiencer of the universe. You are the one experiencer. There's only one being. It's the one being creates by being. So, I went to Hebrew school, and in 2nd grade we had to memorize Bereshit bara Hashem Adonai El Hashemayim El Ha'oretz. Does anybody know what that is? In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Okay, so the first thing, God, you know, I'm not here to talk about God, but whatever that creative force of the universe is, I mean, how did that happen? Was it a big, I mean, when I envisioned in 2nd grade when I learned that, I envisioned a big set of hands, you know, like, you know, sawing and hammering, you know, and sticking hammer and nails and gluing together a universe. But if there's one being, the being creates by being. So the being creates by being a being. So I see myself as when I see myself as an independent entity, that's a creation of one being. So there's one experiencer that just experiences all of us. So there's the famous Rumi line, you know, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in a single drop. So the motif, the thing that's relevant in the fractal model is this very thing that the experiencer is happening at all levels. So when I tell you the being of the universe, one being, is in every cell of your body, that means that whatever, if there is a divine principle, if there is a creative principle in the universe, it's there on every cell. So it's not, that's why my last talk was about the body. Because the experiencer of the universe, the one being, is here at every level. And all we need to do to recollect, I think, is at least fake it till we make it. One being. That's my mantra now. One being. Can I remind myself of that? So when I come across anything in my daily life, can I say, one being, this is of the earth, who heals people in some faraway land or in your hometown, has to be. So that means it's not, the being is beyond right and wrong. Again, Rumi said that, and I quoted that last time, beyond the field of wrongdoing and right doing. Beyond wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I mean, what we're talking about is, if we can get to the point of recognizing that there is one being, one experiencer of the universe, which means that we are connected beyond anything we ever imagined we were connected. Because one experiencer is experiencing through us, each of us. Then what comes out of that? The values that come out of it to me are obvious. We were talking about, I know how passionate Teresa is about compassion, which I am too, and how compassion is the mission here. And it's like, compassion is moot. The question of compassion becomes moot if you recognize that there's one experiencer. It's moot. You have to say to you, I have to say to you, you are the one experiencer of the universe. And your shoes are. And by the way, I love those type of shoes too. And so everything, has to be. So compassion comes out of it. Selflessness has to come out of it. Because being limited in this little shell is too confining. It doesn't pertain. So my analogy for this spiritual awakening has been popcorn. You start off with this tiny, hard, little inedible thing. And then you apply some heat, and the thing is transformed. The shell cracks open, and something soft and delicious and wonderful and fairly formless comes out of that. And so we're popping our popcorn this year. We're here to turn up the heat and pop our popcorn kernels. And that is a wonderful task. In fact, I would say all other tasks are currently slowly getting off the table. Because, if you pop your popcorn, what else matters? All the little trivialities, all of the lug baggage that we carry, all of the day-to-day problems that we're wrestling with don't matter. They're just, So I wrote a book called The Way of Play, and I reread it recently because I realized that at the time I read it, I didn't get it. I started a nonprofit devoted to divine play called Playhaven, and it hasn't done anything because I didn't get it. It's funny because, so it hasn't happened because I didn't get it, because I didn't understand what the idea of divine play. But if the one experiencer of the universe is just moving through all of us, it's just the divine play, and life and death and the struggles and the ups and downs and everything are just the divine play. That's it. So if I align with that one experiencer, life becomes really simple. I just have to stay there. I just have to remind myself. And so the one thing I offer in terms of that reminder is one being. Let that one being be a reminder. And if somebody asks me, what am I? One of the conversations that we had at this meeting in December was that the people who are the religiously non-affiliated are called the nuns, N-O-N-E. We're not anything. We're the nuns. It's like, you know, my answer now is, what are you? What's your affiliation? I'll say, my affiliation is with one being. That's my answer. It's one being. There's one experiencer of the world, and that's my affiliation, because that's who I am, that's who you are. And everything else, all the right and wrong, and the fights and the arguments, and part of the reason that we're moving away from the religious institutions is that how can they promote war? How can they promote greed and injustice? That those don't fit the experience of one being. What is going on? So I asked a friend that. I recently made a friend, and I asked him, what do you think that is? And he said, well, they know about the experience, but they wanted to control it. You know, the religious institutions, they want to control that experience. And so anybody who tries to get in between you and the experience, the one experiencer that is within you, is running a racket. You know, they're running a racket, because this is your experience of the divine, whatever that means, of the one experiencer, of the one being, is yours. It's not mine to tell you how it is. I can't even make it happen for you. I can barely make it happen for me. So, but, having said that, well, January 25th, 2014 was a significant day in my life, because I discovered with Jan Cold a tool that I think is a very powerful tool for getting us in the space of receptivity to be able to experience the one experiencer of the universe. There's other tools, and in fact, in this wonderful presentation we're doing today, we're integrating several. If you haven't experienced Alan's Didge, it's a powerful, powerful tool in this regard. But the tool I'm referring to is repose. And part of the reason it's so powerful is that it's brain dead simple. You lie on the floor like this. I've just trained anybody who hasn't experienced repose in repose. Thank you very much. And we're creating a perfect receptivity. We're creating the perfect receptivity to experience the experiencer without all the noise that gets in the way. So, a month into repose, I started because I'm doing it 3 times a day for 7 minutes. A month in, I started feeling better in my body. Chronic knee pain went away. I started losing weight. I started noticing changes. 6 months in, stress feels like, I feel like I'm, as I mentioned in my last presentation, I feel like I'm a kid on Christmas morning every morning when I wake up. A year in, one being. One being. So a year of doing repose 3 times a day created a space. And this is very recent. And so that is, to me, sacred space. Is if we can even come close to tapping into the experience of being the one experiencer and let everything, all the noise subside, then, and if even one of us has it, it's a sacred space. If 2 or more have it, it's an explosively powerful space. On that note, I would like to invite Brittany and Tara to help guide us. We're going to do repose. Those of us who are comfortable, if you're not comfortable lying on the floor doing repose, you can do it. You can sit in a chair and still get all the benefit. But repose just kind of takes it to another level. And I know that some extra mats have been brought. Anything you see lying here is space for you to use if you're comfortable.
Deep breaths in and gently close your eyes. In through your nose, deep into your belly, and let it go. Good. 2 more. Breathe in. And let it out. Good. Last breath. Breathe in. And let it out. Good. Make yourself very, very comfortable. Relax as fully as you can. And now listen closely, and you can discover that you can relax even more. Relax your body a bit at a time, starting with your toes. Feel the warm, relaxing sensation go over your feet, wraps around your ankles, moves up your calves, relaxation in your knees, moves up your thighs and swirls around your hips. You begin to relax your stomach and your lower back. And now you can feel your fingers and your hands just go limp. And the muscles in your arms and your shoulders just sink deep into the ground. Your chest and now your neck. Relaxation sweeping up your jaw, over your lips. You can feel the muscles behind your eyes. Just let go and relax. Between your eyebrows, your forehead, and now your entire head, just relax. You can feel your entire body is relaxed now, and you're relaxing more and more. You're limp and relaxed like an old rag doll. Listen now to what I am saying to you, and you'll want to listen extremely close. Very, very close, please. As you're listening to me, be aware of your responses to what I'm saying to you. And now for a little while, with your eyes closed, focus on taking some slow, deep breaths. In and out. Good. In and out. In and out. Good. Keep breathing. In and out. Now, with your eyes remaining closed, staying deeply relaxed, I want you to listen carefully. Remember now a very realistic dream that you used to have as a child. You may have forgotten it, but you remember now, and you recall it most vividly. That dream you had as a child, that dream that you were going to have again. At night, when you slept as a small child, the same dream again and again, so that you're not even sure that it was a dream. It may have been waking reality. The dream begins always in the same way. You climb out of bed, you walk across your room to your closet, and you see in the back of your closet that there's a door. The door opens for you in your dream, and you find yourself standing at the top of an ancient stone staircase. You see that it winds down, down into dim light. You place your hand on the railing and you begin to descend, step by step, one by one. You keep going down, down, deeper down, down the staircase, deeper into the dream. Down, down, and finally you reach the bottom, and you see what appears to be dark water, and it's lapping at your feet. Now you're lying on blankets. Your boat, it's adrift, floating in the blackness. There's darkness all around you. You're rocking gently from the motion of the water. You're rocking back and forth, rising and falling, gently rocking. The boat drifts down, down, deeper down, and you feel only gentle rocking, and you hear only the lapping water. The boat is nearing an opening where the boat moves towards some light, passes through the opening and into the warm, beautiful sun. You're still floating, but you can feel the warm sunlight on your skin. It tingles, and a soft breeze passes over you as you drift down, down, deeper down. Along the bank, you can hear birds singing. You can see fish are jumping. You smell flowers and fresh cut grass. You feel great contentment and serenity, and you drift drowsily down, deeper down, and you gently are rocking. Now just let yourself feel it for a while. Be aware of this whole situation, movements, the warmth of the sun, the sounds you may be hearing, the odors you're smelling, as you keep drifting down and down. Continuing to float, to rock gently, you're drifting deeper and deeper until a boat reaches the shore, and it runs smoothly along the edge of a meadow. Leaving the boat, you walk through the meadow. You can feel the grass on your legs, the breeze on your body, and you're conscious of the rabbits in the tall grass. You can smell the flowers as you walk by. You approach a large, beautiful tree. You seat yourself beneath its shade. Sit there now. Take pleasure in all that is and enjoy it as completely as you can. In a little while, I'll ask you to play a game we've traveled so far to play. But for now, just feel your surroundings. Be in total harmony with all that exists in this world, out of time, a world without separation. All is one, and you're one with all that is.
In a moment, we are going to play some music for you. some very sensuous music. But first you should know that it is possible to hear music very differently from any way you have probably heard it before. It is possible, and this is what you will do. You will hear the music over the entire surface of your body, not just with your ears. And over the entire surface of your body, know that there are countless end organs that can be stimulated by the music, and that your body is also able to experience this music as touch sensations, music touching you everywhere. Not only will you feel and hear the music, you will also see the music, taste the music, and smell the music. A total and intense sensory involvement. All of your senses will make individual responses, but then your senses will make an integrated, orchestrated response, each sense reinforcing every other sense, all of these coming together to create one powerful climactic whole. It will be an extremely pleasurable experience, the music swirling all around you, passing in and out of your body. As you become more and more sensitive, more and more responsive to the music, until you are experiencing the music rapturously, exquisitely, with all of your senses totally involved in this awareness of the music. And now the music will begin. This session is about to come to an end, and in just a minute or two, you will be led back into a state of alert, waking consciousness. I am going to count from 20 up to 1, and as I count, you are going to find yourself becoming wider and wider awake, until, at the count of 1, you will find yourself opening your eyes, and you will be wide awake and refreshed and pleased with what we have accomplished here today. Every count will bring you closer to the surface. As I count now, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, and you will be aware of energy entering your body as I speak to you, right up through the soles of your feet, a tingling, a very good feeling, so that when you wake up, you will be both rested and refreshed, energized and alert. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and you are halfway back, and 9, and 8, and 7, 6, and 5. You are 3/4 back, feeling very alive and refreshed now. 4, and 3, and 2, all of that energy coursing through you, and you want to stretch and move around in your body. And 1, you open your eyes, wide awake now.